just a child when she made history on this day in 1954. The name is a succession of films, usually in uncredited roles. How sad. Oh, racism, man. Oh, so sad. She died so young. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is one example of extraordinary success of an African American, an African Black woman. You've set up your business and you've been on this business for years, weeks, months. Nothing much is happening and you're thinking of giving up. Oprah never gave up. She had a big break. They're human beings just like you and me. If they can achieve what they've achieved, is there any reason why you cannot achieve the same thing and even better? Do not give up in anything you're doing. Make history. These people who are featured today made history and changed their world and changed the worlds of millions of people worldwide. Oprah is the prime example. This is Africa, the cradle of mankind's birth, where powerful kingdoms arose with stories of worth. A youth-filled land, the youngest population, with diamonds and cocoa from its fertile foundation, exemplary leaders, their legacy told. Nkrumah, Mandela, their spirits bold. From Johnson Sirleaf's Liberia, where freedom lies, and her first female leader, so wise. Let courage and dreams unite as one for a brighter tomorrow where greatness is spun. In this beautiful, colorful, and friendly domain, greatness awaits, where hopes shall not wane, where tales of triumph weave a tapestry. Welcome to Today in African History. Roy Wilkins died on this day, September 8th, 1981, only 8 days after his 80th birthday in New York City, United States of America. During his later life, Wilkins was frequently referred to as the senior statesman of the civil rights movement. Who was Roy Wilkins? Well, his most notable role was his leadership of the NAACP. I've talked about the NAACP quite a few times in my videos, so go check out my videos on African Americans and about the civil rights movement. So the NAACP simply stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. In the NAACP, he held the title of Executive Secretary from 1955 to 1963, so for a period of 8 years. Roy Wilkins was Executive Secretary of the NAACP, and he was Executive Director from 1964 to 1977, a period of 13 years. Wilkins was a central figure in many notable marches of the civil rights movement, so he would have been hanging out with Martin Luther King Jr. in his day. He made valuable contributions in the world of African American literature, and his voice was used to further the efforts in the fight for equality. Wilkins' pursuit of social justice also touched the lives of veterans and active service members through his awards and recognition of exemplary military personnel. Next, on this day, the year was 1954. Pictured here is Ruby Bridges. She is an American civil rights activist who was the first African American child to desegregate an all-white elementary school in the South. Her bravery and resilience had a lasting impact on the civil rights movement. So this lady was just a child when she made history on this day in 1954. Her name is Ruby Bridges, and obviously as she grew up, she became an adult, she decided to join the civil rights movement, and as they say, the rest is history. So she will be remembered for the first African American child to desegregate an all-white elementary school in the South. The year again was 1954. Remember the name, Ruby Bridges. Of course, remember the face as well. Also on this day, Carl Stokes, pictured here, becomes mayor, the first African American mayor of a major United States city. The year was 1966, so this was in the middle of the civil rights movement. So there were still people who were not as racist as we would have thought. The assumption, I'm sure at the time, Cleveland was a majority white city. Even if it wasn't, those who had the upper hand were the ruling white Americans. But for him to have become mayor at that time is a feat that he achieved. So remember the face, remember the name. Carl Stokes becomes mayor, the first African American mayor of a major United States city, and that city was Cleveland, Ohio. For him to have done that at that time, I am very sure his life would have been threatened. People would have been afraid for him because of his color and what was going on in America at the time. But he braved it. He became the first African American mayor of a major United States city. Carl Stokes, the year 1966. Pictured here is Dorothy Jean Dandridge, who was born November 9th, 1922. She died sadly September 8th, this day in 1965, so in the middle of the civil rights movement again. She was an American actress, singer, and dancer. She was the first African American film star to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress, which was for her performance in Carmen Jones, 1954. Dandridge also performed as a vocalist in venues such as the Cotton Club and the Apollo Theater. During her early career, she performed as a part of the Wonder Children, later the Dandridge Sisters, and appeared in a succession of films, usually in uncredited roles. How sad. Racism, man. In 1959, Dandridge was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Porgy and Bess. She is the subject of the 1999 biographical film introducing Dorothy Dandridge, with Halle Berry portraying her. Interesting. They do look alike. She has been recognized with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Dandridge was married and divorced twice. First to dancer Harold Nicholas, the father of her daughter, Haroline Suzanne, and then to hotel owner Jack Dennison. Dandridge died in 1965 at the young age of 42. So sad. She died so young. So, last but not least, the year was 1986. Oprah Winfrey Show premieres. So the Oprah Winfrey Show, hosted by Oprah Winfrey, debuted nationally on this day in 1986. The show would go on to become one of the most influential and longest running talk shows in television history. It was broadcast nationally for the first time, and it was an instant success, making Oprah one of the most influential people in the world, as her show became the highest rated talk show and one of the most influential and longest running talk shows in television history. Wow. After working as a local news anchor, a big break came in 1984 when she took over a poorly rated local morning talk program, AM Chicago. She turned it into a ratings winner, even beating out the competition, the Phil Donahue Show. Chicago-based movie critic Roger Ebert urged Winfrey to sign a syndication deal that brought a show to television sets across the nation and eventually the world. The first episode to air nationally, How to Marry the Man/Woman of Your Choice, ushered in a new voyeuristic form of popular entertainment. TV viewers watched ordinary people and celebrities, alongside the expert advice of therapists and doctors, share their personal stories and struggles. Winfrey modeled the show's confessional tone by sharing her ongoing weight struggles and her experiences as a victim of child abuse. By 2008, the Oprah Winfrey Show had an estimated weekly audience of 46 million people in the United States alone and was broadcast to 134 countries across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is one example of extraordinary success of an African American, an African, a black woman, whichever way you want to see her. Reading the story also tells me that, some of you watching this now, maybe you've set up your business and you've been on this business for years, weeks, months, nothing much is happening, and you're thinking of giving up. And Oprah never gave up. She had a big break. Perhaps that's the reason why you should plod on with what you're doing. Keep improving. Very, very important. Keep improving. Look for ways to improve whatever you're doing, whatever business you're involved in. If you're in school, you're in uni, you want to become a doctor, whatever you want to be, an architect, an engineer, a space scientist, look for ways to continually improve. If you've noticed, guys, if you've been watching my videos from the first day to today, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've not been put off by the low viewership. I only just started a channel. But I just keep pushing. I practice what I preach. I find out these people who have done a lot for themselves, for their lives, and they encourage me. I'm sure they do the same for you as well. They're human beings just like you and me. If they can achieve what they've achieved, is there any reason why you cannot achieve the same thing and even better? So keep on plodding on. That's my encouragement to you. Do not give up in anything you're doing. Make history. These people who are featured today made history and changed their world and changed the worlds of millions of people worldwide. Oprah is the prime example. So, till tomorrow, this is the end of Today in African History for today, the 8th of September. If you are joining us for the first time and you like what we're doing here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, share the video, like the video. It will just help push this video to more like-minded people. For returning visitors as well, if you haven't subscribed yet, do so, like the video, help our young fledgling channel grow. Until tomorrow, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.